Alright, hello everyone, Simon here. Let's continue playing at Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So, it's not the end of the episode, but every hour it saves the game. Isn't that interesting? Alright, let's continue. Every hour it lets you save the game. It's pretty precise too. Alright, September 7, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Faye. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh, it's Edgeworth. Look at this. Look at this thing. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. This is not... It's not MMA. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death. Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, so that doesn't make any sense. Why would you lose blood after being struck by a blunt object? I swear they do this on purpose, to not actually tell you how people die, for real. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Okay. Now, detective. What is this stare? What is this? What is this expression? What is this? What is this? Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Maya Faye's arrest, witness testimony. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya May, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye. Why? We had a witness this account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Faye at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. She smacked you with a piece of paper? What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. Alright. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Thanks, Maya. It worked lots of times. Here, I should have expected Maya to know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Maya Faye's arrest, cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. So, what do I have? The murder scene, what is it? This is the cone of view. But the lamp broke there, so the altercation really took place here. Right, otherwise why would that thing fell that way? It fell outwards, right? And the pot plant also fell that way. So the altercation actually took place here, where the window wouldn't see. Alright, press him. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who? No, I don't. Who did you get a call? The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel right across from the crime scene. They called you personally? They didn't call dispatch? They didn't call 911? Or whatever the number is in Japan? Okay, I pressed. Not sure that did much though. Right, please continue. No, but why would... Okay, I'm assuming it means she called emergency and then emergency told him. There were 2 people there already. Hold it. I'm just gonna press everything. There were 2 people there already. Hold it. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right, I'd say it was about 3 minutes? You were right outside? You were literally outside. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. 3 minutes. You were literally right outside. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, and the lawyer, Mr. Felix Wright. Hold it! Are you absolutely sure it was... Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With your funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She's pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. No, don't worry about it, press everything. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye. Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. It's just spamming. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh. Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? Well, what? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. She is so pink. She is so pink. Well, I guess she is pink. Yes, she is pink, Gumshoe. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. It's just... Yes! Yeah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Yeah, you should have. Very well, detective. Let's see your testimony again. Witness test. Okay, hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin cross-examination. Cross-examination. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Hold it! Did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. No, but did you find any other evidence? I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Let's just press it. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write this, Mr. Smarty Pants? Who? The killer. Miss May, I didn't know the killer. The killer. Anyone can see that. Huh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed! Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? No, but there's no evidence that she wrote the killer's name. I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouth, Mr. Wright. Yeah. Well, detective, tell us what was written on the memo you found. Alright, so we don't spam it. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Okay, this we shouldn't. We should not press this one, I don't think. Lab test results show that the blood was for the victims. Right. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Was that her blood? On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. No, is the blood on her finger her blood? This game. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at. Before she died, the victims wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and in the movies. This isn't a movie, detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I mean, this is a game. I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear, the victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. No, that's his opinion. Order! That didn't go so well. No, what are you doing? God, Phoenix is so bad. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Examine the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of next to the victim's body. I don't know what the game thinks I should do. The glass? After securing the suspect, this evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. No, it doesn't. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay, alright, let me think about this. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Oh, death was instantaneous. Oh, I've got it. I got it. On it, the word Maya is written clearly in blood. Lab test reaction blood victims. Also, there was blood on finger before she died. All right, I figured it out. This one, present. Objection. Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Faye, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Faye. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course you wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately! But... No but! No butting your way out of this one, detective. Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? Well, when? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That's all. It's easy to imagine? I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Yeah, that's the most BS thing I've ever seen in my life. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. no matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood, the court accepts the evidence. Mia's died from a blow by a blunt object, may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. No, it's not. Damn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Oh, good. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Why are you like this? Witness, your name please. April May at your service, wink. Okay. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5 when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like in my hotel room, teehee. Good. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Faye & Co. law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Witness account. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. You saw a woman with long hair being attacked? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman like dodged to one side and ran away. Wait, she dodged to one side and ran away? But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink. Wanted winking. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. No, it's not. I don't see a need to trouble the witness with any... Wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Faye's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yeah. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. It was 9 at night I looked out the window. Press! Why were you looking out the window? Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why what? Why did you look out the window for no reason? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know... I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Go for it! Let's see how far I can run away with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Aye. I like how her eyes change. Ah! Mr. Wright, I would not have you badgering my witness. I'm cross-examining, asshole. Why don't you stick it up your ass? Badgering? I'm asking her questions. You insist on leading her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. That's cross-examination, asshole. Stop him. The poor girl. Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl, what's up on me? You looked out the window, what did you see next? And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The woman with the long hair, that was Mia? Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. Wait, Mia's not slender. Maya is slender. Mia has, like, massive boobs. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was defendant? Huh, well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. No, it's not. He's what? No, it's not. I question the testimony! Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... You saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless about this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Faye, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Exclamation. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way that night of the murder. Yes, she was. I was there. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rah. What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing from your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Witness testimony! I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, the statuary clock, the thinker, I think. How does she know it's a clock? Well, does the accuracy of a report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Alright, she didn't have line of sight. I did see everything I did. Let's continue. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. Present! Floor plans! Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Question mark? It does. I don't see anything contradictory. Yes, it does. No. What? No, the map shows the line of sight. That didn't go so well. And she hit her with a weapon. I saw it. I did. Okay, look. The statuary clock, the thinker. Do I have to press her first? The victim dodged and ran off to the right. Is that right as in your right as you looked from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Then the girl in the heavy clothes ran after her. Press. How convenient for you to remember her heavy clothes. That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. What happened then? And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. Where did this weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk. I see. What sort of weapon was it? That clock. That statuary clock, the thinker, I think. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. That clock... Yeah, but how does she know it's a clock? It doesn't look like a clock. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. Yeah, I would. You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh, the witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course you will withdraw your question, Mr. What on earth? But questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. ...